So, hi, hello, and welcome to Weekly Talk with Hanna. So, for this week, no movies. I haven't watched any movies actually, because I got hung up on something completely different, and yeah, that was something. I watched some. I watched quite a lot of TV series though, but overall, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and yeah. So, movies, haven't watched anything, which kind of sucks. I really need to get better at that. I just feel like one reason why I am not like watching anything, let's just say time management has not been my strong suit lately. And it's been really difficult. It's been really hard, and it's not been, my strong suit for the moment. I hope that I can, rein it in and actually start watching some things again. For TV shows, I think I have a lot to say about some of these. So, first is Unsolved Mysteries. And that week, like this week, last week, there was definitely some heartbreaking episodes where, yeah, it was difficult. And there was like a few of those were really sad. Like one were about, or there was two, like one were about basically kidnapped children, where they were like 2-3 years old, and they were kidnapped from like a playground. And the other one were about basically the other parent kidnapped children after, a divorce. And that was also heartbreaking because some of those is not found yet, and it's so sad. Can we just say that it was some of the most heartbreaking ones? I think next weekly talk will be the last one I'm talking about unsolved murders mysteries, because I am like on this like stretch, like the last stretch for this. And then I have watched Homestead Rescues. I don't feel like I have much to say about that. It's still the same. It's quite the same of what I have been saying. It's interesting, it's fun. I like it when, now can we just say I like it more when they're easy to help, because some people are just so difficult, and it just makes it difficult to actually like. Then I have basically watched something called Saved, which is a Norwegian TV series where we are basically following the helicopters that they send out if they need to save someone on like a mountain or somewhere where basically a car can't reach, or if it's really serious they send a helicopter. And it's really interesting. Can we just say that it's sad though, and there was one episode, it was also really cute. Can we just say that? I just feel like, they are basically filming, and they are basically the people who are involved is actually talking about this, and it's really, it's a really good show. Can we just say that? I really like it. Then the last one is the one that has been gnawing on my mind. So the week before this, I basically watched a YouTube video about Ruby Frankie, or Frankie? Frank, and basically, I went down a rabbit hole, can we just say that? So I watched Devil in Disguise, Devil in the Family, The Fall of Ruby, and this was mind-blowing, can we just say that? It made me so angry, and we haven't stopped there, but you won't hear about the book until next week, because I just finished that. We are on Tuesday, so I just finished that, and you will hear more about that later. But let's talk about the TV show. This is a 3-part like show that is on Disney Plus. And basically we have the two oldest, which is Chad and Shari, which are the two oldest children. And then we also get from Kevin, which is the dad. And I have so many conflicting feelings about this, just because, I mean, the children is... I just feel like, yes, they knew what was going on, and Shari, she tried to do her best to, help her siblings, but due to laws, it was extremely difficult, and that is one reason why it was like, it happened for a long time. Now, Kevin, I feel like there are two parts of this. And the first part is kind of when he, like before Jody came into the picture. So this was like in the 8-passenger era. I have to say that Kevin must have known at least some of the things that were going on in that house, because he was there. And yeah, he must have known that it was a terror to live with her, because she was not kind. Can we just say that? Out of everything that I have learned is that she was not kind. She was not a loving mother. And it's really, really sad to see that everything she cared about was fame. And she didn't go anywhere without that stupid camera. And it's so sad. And yeah, she was yelling. It was heartbreaking to hear that. And Kevin must have known. He was filming. And I'm just like, why didn't he do anything? But then again, she was probably charming and manipulative. Can we just say that? She definitely had him around her finger. And you definitely can see that. But then the other part of the story, when Jody came into the picture, and basically after a while they threw out Kevin, and he was brainwashed. Can we just say that Jody is a master manipulator, and basically had everyone manipulated. She had Chad, she had Shari for a while, and it's really, really sad. Can we just say that? But when she asked Kevin to basically leave the family, never have any contact, now I find that really weird that he would have done that, but he was brainwashed. And when he tells the story, he definitely says that he was brainwashed, and Chad says that he was brainwashed, and it's just like, now brainwashing is a really weird thing. Can we just say that? So yeah, that he thought that if he just did this, then maybe he could come back and be a whole family again. Then yes, if you are manipulated and brainwashed into thinking that, because he was brainwashed for months and months, probably years at this point, I can definitely see that he thought that and was just like, oh, that might be the best. And did he know what was going on with the kids at that point? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, probably not. But I can't. I can't, read other people's minds. But yeah, it's just from what I have heard, like from not only that, but from the book too. He didn't know. And I don't have anything to say about that. I just, except that it's sad. Can you believe that a 12-year-old boy comes banging on your door, begging for food, and he has duct tape around his hands and foot. Can we just say that? That is horrible. That is abuse to the worst kind of degree, and I have no idea how a mother can do that. I have no idea. I'm not a mother, but I can never ever imagine me ever doing something like that. And it makes me really, really angry. And especially since if the laws were just a little different, this could have ended so much earlier. They must have been living in hell for a year. And that must be horrible to know. I mean, especially for Shari. She was working so hard to save her younger siblings because she knew that something wasn't right with this. And yeah, let's just wrap it up because I can talk about this forever. But one thing that made me actually kind of angry was when Kevin said that he still loved his wife. Because my thought is that that's not your wife. She's not your wife. She is not the person that you married. I would have said that if he said that I loved the woman that I married, then yes, I can understand it because he married her. But that he still loved her at that point, no. After everything that she has done, I don't understand. Can we just say that? I mean, that's just horrible because no, no. I'm sorry, but no. But yeah, at this point, I hope that they all can move forward, and I hope that the four younger ones gets the help that they need to be able to, move forward and never be online again if they don't want to. So, yeah. Let's just talk about books, because that is apparently, just a notch, maybe a little better. So, the books that I read this week, the first one was Override, which is the second one in the Glitch series, and so far, it's good. For stars, the ending was sad, and I can't wait to read the next one. And it's fascinating though, this series. The next one is Dead House Gates, and it was fine. I mean, like when I say, it was fine, it's probably not the best thing that is out there, but it's fine. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to read it if I feel like it. If I don't, then it's fine. I don't know if I want to give it up yet. So, then we have Body Check, and this one, I didn't love it. Can I just say that? Didn't love it. It was fine, but yeah, I didn't fully love it. I feel like I have loved other Ella Kennedy books more, and so yeah, definitely not my favorite Ella Kennedy book, but it was a fine read. Then I read Chasing the Ring, and I liked this. It wasn't my favorite thing, just because it was like he basically set a bodyguard without telling her, and that was it's just a little creepy. Can we just say that? So, but yeah, overall I liked it. Overall it was good, but it wasn't like a new favorite thing. Then I finished Son of the Shadows, which is the second one in the Seven Water series. Now I have decided to read the third book, and then I'm going to call it quits, just because the other ones I don't care about. Can we just say that? It was originally a trilogy that that you all of a sudden got more from, but I'm gonna pause and just like, no, 3 is fine. The original 3 is what I'm going to read, because I don't, the other ones, people are like not loving the other ones as much. Then I read Bookshops and Bone Dust, and I liked it. I don't really know what else to say other than that I liked it. It was fine. It was a fine read, and that's kind of all I have to say about this. Yeah, I liked it. I'm going to continue on with it. I'm going to read Legends of Lattice soon. So, then I read Ignite the Stars, which is a sci-fi book, and first time around I gave it 4 stars. I am definitely giving it 4 stars this time around as well, because I liked it and it was interesting. I can't wait to read the final one. It's a duology, finish off that series, and yeah, but I feel like it was good for me to read this and, yeah, just see, where everything was. Then I read Magic Bites, and it was fine. Not a new favorite thing, but it was fine. I'm not going to, read this as a really big pace. Can we just say that I am probably putting it in unsure, meaning that I am unsure if I'm going to continue on with it. If I do, it's fine, but I'm not going to stress about it, basically. Then the last one I read was Famous for a Living, and this one was also fine. I feel like I have had a week of fine books. So basically what I mean is that it was fine. Now, it's interesting enough, but I also feel like the female main character, basically, I didn't feel like she was growing at all. And he, like the love interest, was growing so much. And also, I kind of want to say it was more like a chick lit, woman's fiction-ish book instead of a romance, because I don't feel like it could have easily been written without the romance. I read one book from the author before, and I really liked that. This one, it was fine. Not a new favorite, but it was fine. So yeah, that's all that I have done. And so far I'm loving like commentary videos, and apparently, I find new things all the time, and my 2 favorites so far is definitely Kiki Chanel and Hanna Alonso. Those are like the 2 main commentary that I'm currently, watching. There will be more. I know that I have saved some other ones, which I can't wait to, dive into and see if I like them. So I basically have been doing better at, do I like this content creator? If I don't, then I am unsubscribing. I'm not going to, follow along with them anymore, just because, yeah, there are definitely like a few that is fine, and then, yeah, I am also like a few of like the ones that I am, following along with. They are basically, can we just say that sometimes I feel like sometimes people just turn into something that I personally am like, just like, I don't feel like watching these types of videos, just because sometimes people change so much, and I'm just like, sometimes I'm just kind of quitting and don't feel like watching it. And yeah, it's just overall sometimes, yeah, I'm not following people that I don't like watching videos from, because then I'm just like, why am I watching these videos? So that is kind of why I am things in like, yeah, just constantly, when I'm watching things, I'm just like, do I still like this? And if not, yeah, then I'm usually just like, we are not watching that anymore. And yeah, that was a big ramble. Can we just say that? And yeah, I don't feel like I have anything else to say. Can we just say that? So that was me rambling for 20 minutes.